Hi, Diana, come on in. Thank you so much for meeting with me. I know that your time is super valuable, so I appreciate you maneuvering around your busy schedule to come and meet with me. How's your week going? Awesome, great. Before we start the meeting, I went ahead and printed you a copy of a meeting agenda that I put together. I created this just so we have enough time to go over any questions or concerns that you have at the end. Does that sound all right? Perfect. Here's a copy of the agenda, so I'm going to briefly just go ahead and read it so we both know what to expect. So the first thing I want to go over is the purpose and the thoughts on the new co-model, the co-teaching model. I know that this is something new that we started 2 years ago, and I would just love some feedback that you have. And then I want to go ahead and address some concerns that I have, and then collaborate on a strategic plan together, and then finally leave time for some questions. And I know that those can be maybe a little bit confusing right now, but as we go further into the meeting, it'll be cleared up. Sound okay? Awesome. All right, so the first thing I want to get started with is the purpose of the co-teaching model. Since this is something so new, I know that you've been teaching at our school for 10 years, and this is something we haven't done before. So I just want to go ahead and briefly review why I think the teaching model is a great one. So the purpose of it is to allow two teachers to collaborate in planning, delivering, and assessing instruction for a group of students. I wanted to provide more of an individualized attention and cater to diverse learning. As you know, in our classes right now, we have a wide variety of learners. It's even gone beyond just low, medium, and high. Like, we just have such a variety this year. So this way, the co-teaching model ensures that all students, including the ones with special needs, can receive more support and access the general education curriculum in the least restrictive environment. So I didn't love the idea of these students getting pulled out of their general education classes 80% of the time. I wanted them to be with their peers and just still get that one-on-one small group support that they need from their special education teacher. So, Diana, from observing you, I know that you have many great teaching strategies that have helped our students succeed. However, after I reviewed some school-wide testing data, we're still seeing those identified group of students struggling in reading and math, the special education students. This is why it's important for the special education teachers to collaborate with general education teachers to help close these learning gaps. Since we started this model, test scores in reading for this group of students have increased. We're still working with math, but I have seen progress in reading so far. Can you give any sort of example in your reading class with Miss Kim that you've seen some progress in reading? Great, thank you so much for sharing, Diana. It has been brought to my attention that when teachers are working with you, their ideas and voices are not feeling as valued or heard as they should. I am concerned that staff members are not treating one another in a professional manner. That is something that I hold near and dear to my heart. I really want to make sure that our school environment is positive, and I just feel, based off of some of this feedback that I've received, that that's not as apparent as I thought it was. So I want to go ahead and share with you some notes that I took during 5 observations that I had. And you might have noticed me popping into your classroom or during our team meetings. I've just been jotting down some notes based off of some things that I have seen going on, and I would love to share that with you. Is that all right? Awesome, thank you. So one that stands out to me the most is our last grade level collaborative meeting. I noticed that there were some high levels of frustration in the room. This came from both you and the other teachers. The goal of the team level meeting is to exchange ideas, data, and strategies on how to better support our students. As I was watching the meeting, I felt that your ideas were kind of overpowering the others. Can you reflect on this for a moment? Just want to take a second. I want you to go back to that time and reflect on how you think that it went. Whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and share your thoughts with me. Thank you, Diana, for being so honest and sharing that you could have listened to your teammates better. I also agree with that. Sometimes it can be a little bit intimidating to be in a meeting with a teacher like you who has so many years of experience. I would hate for teachers to feel like they couldn't share their thoughts because they don't have a safe space to speak. That's my concern that I'm having. So the next area that I observed was your reading group yesterday, which I thought had so many positivities, and I loved being in there and interacting with your sweet little students. But some things that I've noticed is that you and Miss Kim did such a great job of team teaching small reading groups. It seemed very successful that you took the higher level students, and it was so apparent that she took the lower level students, which are her identified special education students. I thought that was a great teamwork that I was seeing in the classroom. But I did notice, however, that during the small group instruction, you left your group when they were doing some independent reading comprehension to go facilitate Miss Kim's group. I'm a little bit confused on that part. Can you explain your reasoning for that? I see. Okay, well, so to help alleviate some of your stress, I can confidently say from many observations that Ms. Kim is a very well-respected, dedicated, and professional special education teacher. She has gone through observations that she's passed. We have had mentor and teacher meetings. We've had admin meetings with her, and she deserves to be trusted and respected as a professional. I and Ms. Burris, the assistant principal, and the reading coach, we all work very closely with every teacher at the school to make sure they're receiving the appropriate support that they need. So there's many things going on in the background that you might not know of, and vice versa. Like Ms. Kim doesn't know everything that you're involved in. So we just want to keep an open mind when we're going through that there are teachers that are coming in before and after school to get the appropriate support that they need. Okay? So you and Miss Kim should be just collaborating on lessons during the planning time that we give you and then carrying out those lessons day to day. The ultimate goal is to support the students. So if Miss Kim is teaching a reading group and she asks you for help, that's totally fine to go support her. But if she's immersed in her lesson and she's trying some different things out, she has to be trusted as a professional to do her part. Okay? Right. Thank you. And then, so now that you've heard my concerns, just on how to be a better, more respected teammate, I want to collaborate on a plan together. So my goal as an administrator is to create more of a positive tone in the school. The areas that I want to focus on for this plan is addressing and improving the use of appropriate language, professionalism, and active listening. Do you think that these are some areas that you could help me with and how we could put together some sort of chart? Awesome. Thank you so much for being so on board. So once we create this plan together, I'm going to give us some time to meet after this meeting, directly after, and then if we need to overlap into the next day, we will take it from there. But once we create this plan, I want it to be your job to introduce it at the next team meeting. And I will be there to facilitate as well. I want each staff member to fill out this chart for themselves, to keep it confidential, and turn it in to me each week at our meeting. I am the only one that's going to have eyes on them because I want it to be as honest as possible. I will review the chart and then I will pull some things anonymously and we'll have a discussion on how we can improve as a group. Does that sound okay? Awesome. So I will be checking in with you, Miss Diana, daily to monitor your progress using the chart that we made together. I plan to pass by your classroom tomorrow during reading block if we finish the chart on time. If not, I will email you and I'll let you know when I'm dropping by. Sometimes I'll let you know, other times it'll be unannounced, but I really want to make sure that you're using appropriate language and all the things on the chart, professionalism and active listening moving forward. And that goes for teachers and for students as well. Do we think that's something that we can handle together? Perfect. Thank you so much for your time and dedication to the school, Diana. I look forward to working together and improving our positive school environment where our staff and our students can feel supported. Are there any questions that you have for me before we wrap up? Because again, you are a part of our staff and want to make sure that you feel supported as well. Awesome. Thank you so much. If you think of anything, feel free to email me. I also, I have an open door policy in my office. So just give me a knock. And if I'm free, I'll say, come in and we can meet from there. I look forward to creating a positive school environment with you as well. Thank you.